Hello, everyone. Welcome to Data Soga Podcast. And on today's episode, we are going to influence you to fall in love with data. Happy New Year's. It's still February, so we still have the greetings. So, Happy New Year to anyone, to everybody listening to this, and welcome to our podcast. Today on board, I have Ms. Atuene Kilasi, certified data analyst working across AI, machine learning, and data to bring about good experience and good products. We're so much delighted to have her on board on this February. We know, as we all know, that February is the love month, the month where there's a lot going on, a lot of love tension and everything. So we want to bring to you data loving session and data loving tension so that you can get to understand why falling in love with data is important. And in one way or another, I'm pretty sure at the end of this episode, you're going to get influenced. Welcome, Atuene.
Thank you so much, Patricia. I'm very delighted to be here, and thank you for choosing me again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, how are you today?
I am great. Seeing me that I'm feeling very well, and I'm feeling very good about being here on your podcast. Yeah, seeing me.
Wow. Personally, on my side and Data Girls, we are very much delighted and we are so much excited to have you on board. And for today, we're so happy. And I hope that our listeners are also doing well. If you aren't, we are sending hugs, we're sending prayers to you, and hopefully everything is going to turn out okay. So,
Amen.
getting on board, amen. Getting on board, I'm going to start with my very first inquiry. Are you in love with data?
Yes, that's why I chose this career because I wouldn't say I was in love since when I was young, but as I grew up, the more I get to know things, the more I grew up to love data, and that's why I chose this career, and that's why I chose to continue learning and making myself better every day, so that I can be an expert in what I'm doing as a data analyst. Yeah.
Impressive. So today, it is our wish and it is our want that at the end of this episode, we are going to all get influenced to fall in love with data. Atwene, how did you get into data? Because checking from your portfolio, you did actuarial science.
Yeah.
Do they relate, or how do you find yourself into data analytics full time?
So in actuarial science, you study a lot of things. It's not like you study about data analytics only. And when I was studying actuarial science, I wasn't thinking maybe when I graduate I will be a data analyst or anything. So actually, I'm one of the people who was studying but didn't know what I will do after I graduate. Yeah. When I graduated, I didn't start working immediately. I stayed home for some time, like 6 months, I think. So when I was at home, I usually like studying and reading and learning new things. So I wanted to learn about computer programming languages. So when I was at the time, I didn't know if there is this thing I can be a data analyst or wherever. So when I was learning, because I didn't have any an instructor to guide me, I was learning randomly. But then while learning and studying and doing things, I came to find out you can do the programming languages for data analytics and everything. So that's where I said I want to do this thing. And lucky enough, after those 6 months, I got my first job as an instructor where I was supposed to instruct people on data analytics. So it happened, I would say the 6 months, it was like figuring out what I want to do, but it's not like I had that dream. Like some people will think maybe this person had a dream since she was young. No, it just came as a passion in between there.
Wow, that's a very beautiful story. 6 months in, just trying to navigate here and there and finding yourself in a gold mine. That's something beautiful. Now, for a person who is actually trying to navigate their life right now, they did something different and this is like something new to them, and them hearing out of you used only 6 months to learn, and after your learning, 6 months in, you cracked your first job and you understood what you needed. It sounds like a tale, but I want you to help this person navigate this. What are the tips that you can give them for a person who has just completed school and they have a hardship finding jobs and they're having finding themselves using
Oh,
data?
okay. The first thing that I would advise someone is you will never learn everything in just a few months. So I said I've learned for 6 months, but it wasn't like I learned everything for those 6 months. No, I just had the basics of in those 6 months. And I remember even when I got my first job, I didn't know a lot of things. I was in the job, but also by the time ChatGPT was out, so every time, every second, I'm in ChatGPT asking how to do this. I'm in YouTube tutorials and everything. The point is, don't wait until maybe you say, I have to know until machine learning and everything. No, you just start with the basics. For me, I would say I've been in this industry or this career. I think this year will be my fourth year, if not the fifth year. If I'm not mistaken, since I started studying and I started saying I want to be in data analytics. So first thing you should know is that you cannot learn everything in just some few months and then you be competent. No. But again, you have to be consistent. It's not sio kwa sababu I've said like you cannot learn everything in 6 months, then do you stay. No, you have to learn, start with the basics, create your own roadmap of what you want to learn in data analytics, and give yourself time. Make sure every day you have something new in data analytics that will help you grow each day. And also the last thing I think it would be to be patient. To be patient, everything will work out. Just be aggressive. Don't cut yourself short. Just believe in yourself. If there is any job that you see that you can do it, apply it. No, it's not must you have to have everything that they have mentioned in the job description. But if you find 2 or 3 things that apply the jobs. You never know. Anything can happen. I got the job and as I said, I didn't know most of the things. I was in my first job Googling, doing ChatGPTs and everything. But at the end of the day, I mastered it and I worked for almost 3 years there. Believe in yourself, be patient, and always always have that eagerness to learn, because in technology every day there's something new, so you have to have that eagerness to learn new things every day. Yeah.
That's helpful. That's helpful. Moving forward, why do you think that data is important? Because 5 years locked in the data analytics industry, it means that you've understood the game and you've seen the importance of data. Why do you think that it is important that at least everybody needs to learn to understand data, even the basics of data? Why do you think it's important to understand how data works and
Okay. First, I wouldn't say everybody should learn data, because not everybody has the passion for it. But if a person is into technology and wants to learn data, I mean, he or she should learn, because the importance of data, it's more on the companies that are working right now. So if you want to know maybe this career is something nice for me in the future and everything, you have to learn how important it is to the companies and to businesses that are going on in the country or in the world in general. The first thing is, first, it helps you to predict the future of the businesses, how the business is going and how the business is performing in general. So when we want to understand how our business is performing, we have to have data so that we can predict what is going on and predict how the business is performing in general. As a person who wants to get into data should understand that most of these companies, they want somebody who can help them make decisions and help them predict what will happen to their companies. Nobody wants the company to get lost in 1 to 2 years after operating, or maybe a company operates in 10 years, then wants it to die. So you, as a person who is an analyst, you are very important, because you are the one who is making the roadmap of the company. You are the one who is supposed to suggest what to do and everything, so that the company can exist, if its products can exist and they can bring revenue and make the company perform better within the period of its existence. Yeah. And another thing, I think right now For in places like Tanzania, data analytics is still growing, I would say. Since when I've started this career, I think it's been 5 years. The first time when I was starting, and right now, I think we are in a very good place. And I feel like in 10 years to come, it will be the most demanding career, because when I was starting this journey, I think you wouldn't find most data analyst jobs in Tanzania. But right now, if somebody is following up, you can even stay within a week and find jobs. Like, for example, in 1 week, you can find 2 to 3 jobs and etc. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very important because it's something that is needed in the industry, and these companies want people to participate in the industry.
Wow, thank you so much. So, in one way or another, I feel like data data analytics in general shapes how the companies and shapes the business world and even in various careers. Now, as a person who you've actually switched careers, do you think that data science, data analytics can take part in other careers other than business management? Because you spoke of businesses and how it has a huge impact in the business industry. Now, speaking for people in other backgrounds, in arts background, in medicine background, in engineering background, how can they position themselves in data analytics world?
Okay, so for me, what I could say in data analytics, it's not a must you to have experience or in data or anything. So what you have to do as a person who doesn't have a background is to learn. First, you start with the basics, and also data analytics is not a must. You have to be a data analyst only. There are a lot of people don't know this, but some of the jobs they don't write a data analyst. They just write maybe product what. But when you read the credentials and everything, you will learn that it's a data analyst that's needed here. So I would say not every job first you have to start with data. It has to be like a data analyst. Some jobs you read inside, you find the job is somebody else, but the description is a data analyst. So as a person who doesn't have a background in data analytics, you can learn slowly, because nowadays everything is available online. You can go through tutorials and everything and start. That's a good start. There are a lot of international courses that are very affordable that you can be able to enroll and study and be an expert. For example, in my class, I'm currently a master's student. So in my current class where I'm studying, we have people who don't have a background at all. For me, as an actuarial science, I will not say I don't have a background at all, because at actuarial, you learn a very small part of data analytics, but there are some people who don't learn at all. Some of them came from studying economics, some of them studied arts. So we are there together, so we are learning. So you see how it's not a must to have like a degree or something of technology to be a data analyst. You can come from a different background and learn, and you can grow and apply it to your work. We have some people who are teachers. They want to learn about data analytics so that they can employ. So it's not a must you learn it and be a data analyst. You can also apply it on what you are doing so that it can be something better, because at the end of the day, you can get a data analyst job and do it, but when you go to other position, it doesn't mean they don't do analysis as well. For me, why I'm working, I am a data analyst. I am working in my department, but it doesn't mean those people from other departments, they are not doing analysis. They are doing, even though they're not doing it as much as I'm doing, but they also apply it. Some know that this is data analytics, some don't know. But when you find them preparing reports and everything, you just know there is analytics. You cannot prepare a report without doing analysis. So most people don't know that we are doing analysis, but they are doing it. So it's better for a person to be aware that analysis is there, even though you don't want to be a data analyst. But in every job that you will be doing, you have to make reports, and in every report that you are preparing, they have to come from analysis. You cannot write something just from the head. You have to analyze it first and keep it. So for me, I would say that analytics is everywhere. So it's better for somebody to learn it, so that when he or she is going to do a certain job, anaenda apply. It's not a must you can to be a data analyst, but you can apply it maybe in the position that you are, and deliver something that is nice and that can help you to make the job being a better thing or to make your reports be something that your managers and everybody else can rely on. Yeah, so that's all I can say.
I'm pretty sure you've answered a lot of questions inside our heads, because, when we come from different backgrounds, it's hard, especially with the rise of AI. Most of us, we are told that maybe the job you're doing or the classes you're taking, the degree you're taking, it's about to be replaced. And people are trying to find ways to position themselves in tech. So in our previous episode, we spoke about on how you could get inside tech by using data analytics. Then having it today, for real, you've actually influenced us on to start a journey in data analytics, because if it's something that you can grow with it in quickly and also it is something that is marketable and it's something that is future promising, I'm pretty sure that you've saved a lot of people who actually think maybe what they're doing it's less of value, or it's about to diminish in years to come. So if they add data as a salt in their career, I think so they will position themselves in a good place. Now, a tip for beginners who they are influenced to start in data analytics: what courses should they take? Because when you tell a person you need to go to start something else which is actually differ from what they studied at school, it somehow comes off as really hard. Because I went to school already, you want to take me back there. Now, how should I start? What courses should I take? What YouTube tutorials should I do? Give us the gist.
I will start first by explaining the roadmap. Then, if there are courses that I remember that I took, I will recommend them to you guys. So first, in data analytics, I think for any person who starts in data analytics has to have the basics, which the basics or the part of data analytics is Excel. I mean, you will go everywhere and you will start learning the hard things, the Python and everything, but at the end of the day, you will come back to Excel. So first, you have to learn Excel. For me, it took me 2 to 3 months. Just know that if you are on to this road of data analytics, you have to know Excel inside and out, because it's the tool that is very useful. I'm saying that because I'm also working in a place where we are doing a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, we are coming back to Excel. So Excel is the first thing that you should learn. Then after finishing Excel, then that's when you can go to learning about the database, learn the database SQL language, because that is the programming language that helps you to navigate through the database. As you know, nowadays a lot of data there is stored in databases, and you have to extract data from databases. So SQL will be the second if you want to be an expert. Then the third, you can come to learn things like Power BI and Tableau, the business intelligence tools. So the business intelligence tools, they are like Excel, but in an advanced way. So in business intelligence tool, you can drill down the visuals, you can obtain insights from them more than in Excel. In Excel, Excel is very powerful in cleaning and everything, but when it comes to visual, it's not that powerful. So to obtain insights is very hard sometimes. So when you come to learn these business intelligence tools, it helps you more in obtaining insights so that you can suggest something that is strategically helpful to the business. After that, as a person who, if you're a person who loves to navigate more, you can go into Python. The language that we use most is Python and R, but I would suggest Python because it's more popular right now. So you can go to Python and study Python. You can learn how to clean data using Python and everything. Then in the future, you can learn machine learning and everything. So machine learning, that's where AI comes. So for those people who will say AI will take their jobs and everything, you find yourself, you are the one making algorithms that are AI. So machine learning is part of AI. For those people who don't know, AI, machine learning is part of AI. So when you create the algorithms, the models and everything, that's all AI that you are doing. There is no way that AI will take your model while you are the one who's creating the thing. So yeah, that's the roadmap for me. But also this roadmap, I have said it is very short, but again, you don't learn this in 6 months. You have to give yourself time. As I said before, take time learning Excel, take time learning SQL, take time learning the business intelligence tools. Those are the basic stuffs you have to know from them. And also, don't rely only on the tech stuff. So I mean, people know maybe if you are data analyst, you only have to clean and do everything. You should also learn how to explain your data. Not only cleaning and everything, you should know how to explain it to the people who don't understand. Because in the company, there are some people who don't know data. What does it mean? What does it tell us? What does this mean for the business and everything? So you should be extra by knowing what does this data mean. When this thing is like this, what does it mean for the business? So doing data storytelling is very important because you are the one who is going to translate that data into information so that the management can make decisions out of it. So that's a roadmap. So for the courses, I'm going to suggest the courses that I took for me that helped me. Mpaka sasa hivi I'm here. I started with learning Excel from YouTube tutorials. I think for those people who know, Alex the Analyst has a lot of tutorials. There's Khan Academy also, they have a lot of tutorials. Those two are the ones who I used a lot, and they helped me a lot in Excel and Power BI and you. Also, there's one channel called Data Tutorials also. It also helped me in those stuffs. Then after starting my job, I started doing the courses. I started doing the Cisco course. Cisco course it's called Data Analytics Essential. So that also helped me to navigate in data analytics. It's a very nice course, I think. For beginner level, if you take this course, it's a very nice course. And also, you can learn it yourself, or from the previous job that I was working, I used to give out free of, well, you can go physically and learn it and find a tutor, and the tutor can explain it to you. And it's free. So for those who want to study and have a teacher, they can go there. It's in Posta. It's called the ADLC Center. Then after that, I came and I did my certification in CompTIA Data Plus. That's a nice course. It's a nice course. I would say it's an advanced course, but it's a nice course. It's a nice course because when you have the basics and then when you come to study this, that's when it puts together everything ahead. Yeah, so that is for the courses. But yeah, so for me, I started from Cisco, then CompTIA. In the middle, I studied. Then later on, last year, I applied for my master's. So now I think by next year, I'll be completing. So that's my roadmap for me and the courses that helped me to grow as a data analyst.
Wow, thank you so much. You're a gem. You're really a gem. If you are not influenced, I don't know when will you be. Because who tells you to do something, gives you the gist, does not gatekeep anything, provides the roadmap and what you have to do, the causes, where to find them. Guys, I am influenced already. Thank you so much, Atuene. This is so loving. You're really loving data to an extent. You've started your own venture that helps kids to learn about STEM and all of that. Can we please speak about it and how can people get access to it?
Oh yeah. So I'm a teacher, I can say, because I instruct students, kids, especially kids, because now I'm dealing a lot with kids, so I can say kids, but it's not only for kids, it's for even grown-ups can also join if you want. If you want to start career in data analytics, you can join. But for kids, mainly it's for learning coding. So this idea came because for me, when I was doing my course from the degree, since I was doing my degree in actuarial science till now that even when I was doing my certification and everything in data analytics, I'm not saying that it was easy. It wasn't easy because I didn't have any background of code. I knew some things about computer, just to open using Word, Excel, a little, not much. I knew only to use Excel, and I didn't know by the time if Excel is even an analytical tool. I just knew it's something that you just use. So when I made the decision that, okay, I'm doing data analytics and everything, so it means that I'm starting most of the things for the first time. It was really hard for me. I think what was really hard was when I was in my degree, when we started studying about computer programming. We had a subject called computer programming. So computer programming, it was the first time for me to start doing code. So by the time I was 19, if not 20 years old. So I don't have any background of programming and everything. So it was really hard for me. I passed the subject, but I passed it nearly I used a lot of energy to study the subject. But in my class, you can see there are some of the kids that had the background. Some kids, they come from the school that are exposed. They study about code since they were young. So for them, it wasn't that hard. I thought for myself, if we prepare kids for what's going to happen in the future, for example, maybe a kid is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and going forward, can learn about coding early so that when he or she reaches to university, can have an idea of how these things work, because that's how other countries operate. That's why you can find a kid is at a young age but knows how to do coding. He's a software developer, he's a data analyst, he can do machine learning and everything. That's because they have that knowledge since they were young. But in Tanzania, I can say 90% of us, we just grow and go to school and do that, and when we graduate, we just get the job. In that job, then we continue. We don't have passion since when we are young. So when a kid gets that since he or she is young, when it comes to university, even the subjects becomes more passionate, because like he or she has the basics since when he was young. So the idea came from there. Like, if I went through that, then other people cannot go through that. They can enroll their kids so that when they reach at university, they don't have to start afresh in understanding what coding is or anything. They just go on forward from there, or maybe add another skill from the teacher. So that's the code. So I teach kids. It's now like 1 year since I started, but also I teach even the people who wants to join in analytics. If you want to join in analytics and don't know where to start, you can start. But mostly it's if you have your kid or your sister or your young sister who wants to know about coding and know about analytics, you can join from the class. And our classes are for home tutoring school. We conduct home tutoring classes. So for your kid, you don't have to worry about bringing him or her maybe somewhere far. We follow you at your home and we conduct the class sessions. Yeah.
Wow, that is so impressive. Very much impressive. So Miss Atuene does not only influence you to enter into data analytics, she also teaches you. I would say you're not just a teacher maybe by accident, you're really a teacher at heart, and you're a teacher by design, because coming from how you've influenced us from the start of this episode on how we could enter into data and how you yourself you entered into data, and to just give us the good news that don't worry, you can be part of Visu, if I'm not mistaken. For anyone who wants to enroll, either their children, their young ones, or themselves, they are influenced, they want to join Visu. How can they join Visu? Your social handles, or if you have a number, how can they join you?
So my Instagram account for Visual is called Visual Technology. In Instagram, you can go and search and find the account. Also, my number is 0712729426. I don't know if I mentioned it. 712729426. That's my number. And also you can email me. My email is kilasi@922.
Thank you so much. So it's Visu Technology in Instagram, and her numbers are 0712729426. So I don't think so you have a reason to not get into data analytics. We have influenced you. We have given you the roadmap, courses you have to take, and now where to find them. 10 years forward, we are not supposed to be looking back and be like, we would have taken that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Atuene. Now, what is one thing that amazed you when you entered into the world of data analytics? What is one discovery that you came to find out and you're like, wow, I didn't know about this?
Something that amazed me in data analytics was I think the most amazing part was creating. What amazed me and they said I wanted to do this was creating. First, it was creating the dashboards. At first, because I saw like the colors and everything, it was dashboards. But when I got into it and started doing it, I think it was more about explaining the data storytelling. Like I can write the story through data. Like I can explain to people what happened and what we have to do through the data that I've extracted and cleaned it. So that's very amazing to take numbers and change them into a very nice story for people to understand and make decisions.
Wow, impressive. If you look back at the young Atuene, what can you tell her, and what would she really be amazed of right now?
I think I would tell her, you are going to be in a very nice career, so just don't worry. Because I used to, when I was young, I always wanted to have a career. I think I grew up in a family that always had careers and everything. So I think that's what I wanted for myself since I was young. I was like, I have to be in a career, but what should I do? That's when I didn't have the answers. So I think I would tell myself, like, you will be doing a career even by the time it wasn't existing, because data analytics, in Tanzania, it wasn't there. Nobody knew that there would be a data analyst. So I would tell myself, you will be in this school career that will be known in the later years. So don't worry. Yeah, I think that's what I would tell myself.
Wow, we are together with your younger self. We're really proud of you, and we are hoping that our listeners are going to look back, years forward, look back to the younger self and be so happy to come across this episode, because in one way or another you have actually influenced them to get and showed them how to get into data analytics and improve their lives. Now, thank you so much for joining us today. This was a very, very, very important, good, and vivid episode, and another day again to influence anyone to join data analytics. So, just to close up, what would you love to tell people to end this up?
So what I would like to tell people is, like, don't be scared to join this career. For anybody, not only data analytics, a lot of tech careers, especially for women. I am a person who loves women who like to make hard decisions. So if you want to join into tech, just take that hard decision and join, because at the end of the day, you will be very proud of yourself, because I am proud of myself, even though I doubted myself so much. So that doubts that you're having right now, I also had it in previous years, but now I'm very proud of myself when I look back and what I've achieved and what I am planning to achieve, because I know this is not the end of me. I'm just starting. So if you are a person who wants to join tech, don't doubt yourself. Just make that hard decision and get in. You will never regret it. Yeah, I think that's it. Don't regret your decisions. Just take that hard decision and get into tech.
Thank you so much for coming today, and we're looking forward to keep on having you more and more and more. As Data Soldier podcast, we don't have anything else for today. We are so much delighted to have you at Wene.
Yes,
And
yeah.
could you please help us with your social media handles so that if anybody wants to check you out or to...
For my social media handle, uh, it's just, you can search me on Instagram at it's just Atu. I think I'm in Instagram, or in Instagram. You can go to my social media. It's called It's Just Atu, or search Atuene Kilasi. You can find me. And on LinkedIn, Atuene Kilasi, you can get me through there.
Wow, thank you so much. So, our dearest audience, my only work this whole year is to make sure that I improve your career life by using data analytics. It's a gem that we are keeping on trying to navigate it, and I don't want you to be left behind. I don't want to keep anything. That's why in this episode, I have actually helped you to fall in love with data, and it's in my joy and it's my belief that you've actually been influenced to get on board in tech. Thank you so much, and join us on our next episode in the next month. Thank you so much, and bye bye.
Bye.